So you think you want to be a nurse? So let's see about that. I personally hate the statement, stop complaining because you know exactly what you are getting yourself into. Oftentimes, nurses truly don't know what they're getting themselves into. So for this reason, you need to consider a few things before going to nursing school. Today, I'm here to enlighten your darkness. If you have a family member, friend, or acquaintance and they want to become a nurse in Jamaica specifically, but overall, share this video with them. I'ma drop some real gems.
They don't know. Nobody knows but us how we roll. Nobody knows what we.
I wanted to break this video down into two categories: nursing on a whole and nursing school. So let's get right into it. Number one, you are an essential worker. And being an essential worker means that regardless of what's going on in the country, you are required to show up at work as long as it is safe. So natural disasters, whenever there is a crisis, right? Public holidays, you're essential. So you will be working on the days that most Jamaicans are staying home. This is a worldwide thing and you cannot escape it unless you work in certain parts. So you must consider that you're not a regular Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sundays off all the time. You work weekends, you work holidays, you work natural disasters, and you also work when there is a crisis. So consider that aspect of nursing on a whole. Point number two, you wear a nursing uniform, both in school and out of school. And just as you would expect in a training ground, they tell you all the things that you should not be doing from your in training. So when you start working, you know exactly what to expect. So, for example, you can wear a necklace, but it must not have a pendant, just like this one. You see that it's simple. You can also wear a wedding band. They don't recommend that you wear the ones with the stones because little things can get trapped in it. You don't want to be carrying home bacteria or anything of the sort to your family. If you're wearing an earring and it has a hoop, your finger should not be able to go through it. It must be small. So you wear one pair of earring, the lobe of your ears. It can be a knob, and it can be a hoop, but no outrageous earring. Your hair must not be on your shoulders, right? And that is more for your protection because patients will grab onto your hair and pull you down to the ground. So it's more for your protection, and also you don't want your hair flashing about, touching curtains, touching patients' items, the bed, etc., or getting into bodily fluids. You're not allowed to wear nail extensions, right? I have one because I'm not in the clinical setting as much, but you are not allowed to wear nail extensions. Yes, you can wear gel polish in some places they don't like it, and you cannot wear outrageous nail colors. Point number three, you will be working shifts. You have day shifts, afternoon shifts, and night shifts. Night shifts mostly go for 12 hours. So you are a shift worker, so you can be working 7 to 3, 2 to 10, 8 to 8, 7 to 7:30, depends on the institution that you will work for. You will be working on a shift basis. And if you're on day shift, you're on day shift. If you're on night shift, you're on night shift, and they can rotate. So maybe for this month you're on day shift, maybe for next month you're on night shift, or 3 months on day shift, 3 months on night shift, depending on how your institution does it. Another thing to consider, you do it for money? Honestly, be real with yourself. Am I trying to become a nurse because I want to get money? I hear that nurses, they migrate and they make how much thousands US dollars and life is better. Ladies and gentlemen, I would genuinely recommend that you do research. Talk to people that you know that are abroad, not just the ones that will tell you, everything is great, persons that will give you the real deal. Talk to nurses that are in Jamaica. You can DM me and ask me any question. I will speak to you about it on my Instagram at Uzuri. Also, if you know a nurse, stop her and ask her questions. Some of us are really nice and will answer you. No matter where you go worldwide, A lot of nurses are not paid well, and it all depends on how you decide to plan your career. There are some nurses who aren't making it, and some nurses who are making it big, and some nurses who are generally okay. You have to plan what you want to do from even before applying to nursing school, so do thorough research. Because the money, if you're doing it for the money, you're going to end up wanting to leave the profession quickly. And believe it or not, some nurses may find it strange when I say this point, but you will be working with dead people. So what happens if sick people don't get better? They die. And you sometimes have to perform what we call a last office procedure, which is, this is just tying up the body, stuffing the body, cleaning up the body, making it a bit more presentable for transportation to the morgue. Some institutions do this, some do not. However, you will have to deal with a dead person. Alright, so if you never know, you know now. So if you're really afraid of the dead, maybe you want to reconsider what you're doing. Now we've done nursing on a whole, and now we're going to talk about nursing school in Jamaica specifically. The first thing I would love you to consider is your why. Why am I becoming a nurse? Is it because I wanted to be a doctor but I don't have the money and I can afford nursing school, or I get a loan for nursing school, so I went to nursing school? Is it that my mother was a nurse, my auntie was a nurse, my sister is a nurse, but I have to be a nurse because nursing of the family? Is it because, I want to make enough money, I want to go foreign and travel abroad? You need to figure out your why, because when things get tough, you're gonna need your why to hold on to so you can push through. A statement that I live by: when the why is big enough, the how becomes easy. So ensure your why, your reason for going to nursing school, is enough to bring you through those 4 years, because they are not easy. Never heard a nurse say nursing school was easy. Now, all jobs, you would say, have social media restrictions, but nursing is a little bit more serious. If you're gonna post images of you being a nurse, don't post images of you doing OnlyFans. Try to stagger your life. So if you think it's something that probably your employer may have an issue with, you may not want to publicize it on social media. This is something we warn about from nursing school all the way to when you're getting your job. I've known persons to get in problems with it, disciplinary actions, because you're representing a profession, and this profession requires a certain level of representation, and what you're doing is outside of that. So if you want everyone to know you're a nurse, you put that. But if you want them to see you as an influencer or someone on social media, living my life, YOLO, don't post anything about you being a nurse. Try to keep it separate. Consider your funding for school. How are you going to pay your school fees? To become a registered nurse, it is not free. You can do practical nursing, for example, at the Heart Trust. However, that is free, but you will become a patient care assistant at the end of training with an institution. Now, to become a registered nurse, you will have to find the money for the 4 years of nursing school, which is anything above $1 million in total. And for some schools, for example, NCU, I was told by someone, student loan does not cover the summer session because they have biblical courses and it's not considered a part of the natural curriculum of nursing, so they don't pay for it. You have to find it out of pocket. So do research for whichever school you want to go, which one is more affordable to you. See if you can get a student loan, if you get scholarships, sponsorships, etc. Figure out how you're going to pay for it, because it's not free. Another thing to consider is that unlike other university students, is pass or repeat. Meaning, even though we have what you call university courses and nursing core courses, once upon a time you could do all your core courses, nursing courses, and maybe fail 1 and 2 of the university courses and do them over in your own time, and you'll be able to progress. That has changed. If you fail any course, whether a university course or a nursing core course, you will be held back. So you will not be able to progress with your group, because you need to complete everything every single semester. So do everything for first semester, everything for second, everything for third. You need to pass. So you need to take nursing school very serious. But don't worry, this is a series. I'll tell you some little tips and tricks how to do these things. In nursing, you have what we call practical. And this is basically practicing your practical skills on a real person supervised. So it's like an apprenticeship program. You go to an institution and you're assigned to a nurse, and the nurse guides you through practicing some of your skills. For most schools, I don't know if all of them have changed it now, you would be doing this every single summer. Therefore, unlike all other university students, you will be at school in the summer. So if your plan was to go to school first year, in the summer you do your work and travel, you make your money, and then you can fund your way through school. Unfortunately, if you're a nurse, that will not happen. So you need to know what you are doing. So consider that you will have practicum, and you will have to find the money for your transportation and meals. For that, the school does not provide it, and they may send you far away from where you are. So for example, you may be in Kingston, but they might send you to a clinic in Stony Hill. So consider these things. There are a lot of practical exams, so it's not just theory. There's a lot of practical. As a matter of fact, the practical aspect of nursing takes over most of it. You learn the theory and then you do the practical aspect, and there are a whole lot of practical exams, so prepare your mind for that. Consider the fact that you'll have miscellaneous spending. What I mean by this, you'll have to have a budget for stockings because they will tear very often. You need to have a budget for printing your assignments. You need to have a budget for lab coats, goggles, etc., because these things you will need when you're doing certain courses. And last but not least, I think this is something that we neglect to talk about. You will miss out on the full university experience. You will not be able to go to every party. You will not be able to stop in the middle of the day and take part in an activity that's going on, because you will have classes around the clock most of the time. And some persons are able to balance the university experience and the nursing experience, but for the most part, persons that I have known have ended up failing and falling back. There are many reasons why you can fail in nursing school, but this is one. Don't get carried away with the activities that are taking place at university, and don't do your schoolwork. Do your schoolwork and then participate. So that's it, guys. Those are the things that I believe that you should consider when you are about to apply to nursing school. Also, if you have any tips that I missed out, please drop them in the comments below, so a nursing student or someone who wants to go to nursing school can see it. So stay tuned. Every weekend I will be posting a video either Friday, Saturday or Sunday at 7 p.m. Stay tuned to my Instagram at Zuri to know when I'll be posting the videos. Catch you next week. I'm out.